What's going on, boys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about things to do week 2 in Shadowlands. I hope you guys have had a wonderful time in it so far. For my viewers in the US, hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Let's get into what to do week 2 in Shadowlands. Just so you guys know, this is going to be a talking head video. I'm just going to be throwing up some background footage of me in a couple of the early heroic and mythic dungeons that I was doing. So you guys can just throw this on in the background. It's not necessarily something on screen for you guys to watch, but there it is. So the first thing you should be working on is your renown. And if you kept up with things last week, you should be able to get to renown 6 this week. There'll be 2 weekly quests to get some renown, and then that will unlock renown 5, and that will open up a chapter in your Covenant campaign, which allows you to do the renown 6 portion. So you'll be able to get to the renown 6 this week after you collect some anima, after you do some souls from the maw, and then do your Covenant campaign, depending on the Covenant that you chose. So the next thing you can work on is some Sanctum upgrades. There's a weekly quest that gives you some redeemed souls. You should have earned about 10 redeemed souls at this point after you complete that quest. So you'll be able to complete a Covenant specific building. So that's like the A-bomb stitching, the boss rush for Kyrian, the vampire party for Venthyr, or the garden for Night Fae. So that'll be cool. It lets you unlock some of that weekly content if that's something that you enjoy. None of this is really a huge increase to player power. I know the Night Fae one does give some materials, so that's good to unlock early if at all possible. So those might be useful. You can make some gold, you can make some flasks. That would theoretically increase character power. And then the Torghast soft cap of Soul Lash is going to be about 1520. So that means you'll be able to craft a legendary this week. However, nobody who is super concerned about performance is crafting legendary this week. And the reasons for that is Blizzard does tuning after the first week of raid. So most of us are sort of saving our Soul Ash and seeing what changes get made, because, for example, I play a Warlock. So if I crafted an Affliction legendary because I'm ready to go for raid, and that's what I want to do because I want to power through normal and heroic raid, and Blizzard nerfs Affliction into the ground, then that Affliction legendary that I crafted is not as useful if I have to play Destruction instead. This is the same for mages, this is the same for hunters, this is the same for every class in the game. So I would, if I were you, hold off on that. Wait until after the first week of heroic, then you can be super comfortable with crafting at least one legendary, and then you can kind of go from there. If you're the kind of person who doesn't really care about min-maxing every little last bit of performance, you just want the legendary because it's cool, do it, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Get your legendary if that's what you want. No harm, no foul. But most of the higher end players that I know and that I know of are holding off on that. I believe Preach just released a video about it. So you guys can check that out also to see his rationale behind that decision. The other thing to do this week is some Mythic Dungeons. So we already had 1 week of Mythic Zeros open. You should do another Mythic World Tour if you are able, just to get your item level as high up as possible. That'll get you into Mythic Plus keys easier next week. That'll get you into normal and heroic raiding easier next week. And if you're obviously raiding with a guild, it'll obviously give you guys a much higher chance of success, regardless of skill level, because your item level will be higher and the content will be easier as a result. There are some really awesome dailies that are actually in Oribos for Renown. There's the weekly Renown quest that is 1,000 anima. Yes, it requires you to collect 1,000 anima. So there are several Renown quests that are actually in Oribos, like in the inn, in the little PvP vendor if you PvP, and then there's a downstairs area to the inn that I didn't actually know about until today. You can go down and pick up a couple of dungeon quests there that'll allow you to kind of jumpstart your anima. And then I believe I heard Dratnos made a video about it, and you can go check his video out. He explains it, but there is a quest line that you can do in Maldraxxus to unlock a quest for Theater of Pain that gives 750 anima. So for those of you who are interested in that, definitely check that out. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as callings go, I know some people in my guild are going hard on callings. They're doing every single one. They're doing every single world quest, especially the ones that have rep. Unless you want something specific from a reputation vendor, there is not really a need to do callings so much. I mean, if you're in the area, then do it, great. But there's not a huge player power gain to be had from doing callings. These are not like emissaries in Legion where they had a chance to give you legendaries. These are not like emissaries in BFA where they were like a huge source of artifact power. None of that exists anymore. They give you about 3k worth of great items to just vendor and a bunch of rep. So if you don't care about the rep, then don't do them. Or if you're like strapped for time and you're like, choose, oh, well, you know, I could do one more mythic dungeon or I could do this calling, do the mythic dungeon every time. That's going to increase your character's power. You can get conduits from them. I believe the conduits item level is based upon your current item level and your renown. That may increase over time, but I'm not quite sure exactly how the calling conduits work, but they are worth doing if you need the rep, especially if, for example, you're a scribe and you need to get revered with all of them to unlock the contracts to make and sell in the auction house. That'd be a good boost to gold for you to do that. But as far as character power goes, they are not really a good use of time if you have to limit your time per week to play. And then finally, the Maw dailies. I haven't been doing every single min-maxed Maw daily since the expansion started. I leveled up 2 characters, a Death Knight and a Warlock. Those are the characters that I'm going to be maining this expansion, at least as far as the foreseeable future is concerned. It's really like you can get 90% of the Sigia that you're going to get from just doing the little blue exclamation points on the map. Run around, do Venari's weekly quests, do the little blue exclamation points on the map, and you're good to go. If you hate the Maw and you're not having fun with it, this is not worth doing. Like it is not worth min-maxing every single thing. Just do those 2 quests and get out. These are very similar to the daily/weekly N'Zoth visions that were out in the world in 8.3. Where there were like there's the big overarching quest to do that gives like a lot of your reputation for the week and a lot of your resources for the week. But then after that, they're just very, very small things that are sometimes tedious quests. It's not necessary to spend, like you did in BFA, 3 hours flying around trying to kill rares. That isn't necessary. If there's a rare on the way to the next quest, sure, go ahead and get a tag and do it, but I wouldn't stress about it. Even as someone who's very, very concerned with my character's performance, I'm not min-maxing every second of my time in the Maw. I'm just doing the main quests, and I might be, you know, a few days behind some other folks who are min-maxing it every single day, but at the grand scheme of things, it's like you're adding sockets to gear. I'm only going to be adding sockets to my mythic gear anyway, so that's kind of my 10 cents on that. And then after that, you're free to do anything. So just kind of going back down the list, definitely get to Renown 6 on your main characters. Definitely get a Mythic World Tour done on your main characters. And then aside from that, do whatever you want. Shadowlands is not like BFA. Shadowlands is not like Legion. You have options to do content, and you don't have a weekly, daily chore list like you did in BFA, and that's super nice. I've really been enjoying this expansion. I'm starting to level even more alts to get some more videos out, and I'm really excited about where the expansion is going. I've been able to farm some mounts. Me and some guildies got a toad mount, and I'm super happy about that. I love this little blue frog. So yeah, things are fun. And then just sort of a channel update. Sorry, I was kind of MIA last week. I had things going on for Thanksgiving, and then it was me and my partner's anniversary, and then it's my mom's birthday. So things have sort of died down until around Christmas time. So I will be back posting more, and I will be doing some quick guides for most of the specs. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. I do stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on Twitch. A link to that is in the description below. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Hey, look, a power.
Oh,
it kind of scares me when it's just sitting out in the middle of the room. Hold on.
I'm going straight there. Just let me have it.
Oh. You're an idiot. Oh no.